Hello everyone, welcome to my story time. My name is Xiaojing Wen. Today I'm going to tell a story about a dog named Dominic who is looking for his talent. So, what kind of talent does Dominic have?
Dominic the Dog, written by Barbarie. Dominic entered the world on a farmer, the youngest for 4 puppies. Dominic wouldn't like his brothers and sister. The oldest brother led the sheep, the second brother was best at fetch. His sister was the greatest guard dog, she kept the farmer house safe. Dominic was different. He couldn't herd sheep, couldn't fetch like his brother, or guard the farm like his sister. They teased Dominic, saying he was not a real dog and that he might as well as be a cat. Dominic had no idea what his talent may be, but he was sure he had one, if he only knew where to look. So, he went a journey around the farm to see if his talent may be the same as one of his farm friends. First, he went to Mrs. Hen's house to see if he could lay eggs. That didn't turn out well. Then, he went to Mr. Sheep to see if he could grow wool to keep the family warm during the winter. But Mr. Sheep told him,
"You can't grow wool. You're just a dog."
It was safe to see Dominic did not have a talent like Mrs. Hen's or Mr. Sheep's. Next, he went to Mrs. Cow to see if he could make milk, but because he was a boy and a dog, Mrs. Cow told him he couldn't possibly make milk. Then Dominic saw Mr. Owl and asked if he could teach them how to fly, but Mr. Owl sighed.
"Dominic, dogs don't have the wings. They can't fly."
Dominic did not listen and tried to fly just the same, but Mr. Owl was right. Dominic could only think of one more talent friend. He went to Mrs. Fish, wanted to see if he could swim faster under the water. But he discovered that the dog can only paddle, and they certainly make a lot of splashes. After all, he failed attempts to find his talent. Dominic decided he would sit on his favorite patch of grass by the pond and just think and think and think until it was almost dinner time. All this thinking was making Dominic sad. Just as he was about to give up and go inside for dinner, Father Frog floated by on a lily pad.
"Why are you so blue, Dominic?"
he asked. Dominic said,
I don't have a talent. I have talent at everything, but I'm not good at anything."
Father Frog thought for a minute and explained.
"Oh, Dominic, talents are what make everyone unique. Just because you can't fly like an owl or swimming like a fish doesn't mean you don't have any talent. Everyone is different, and there is only one you. Just give it time, and it will come to you."
Dominic understood. At that moment, he began to feel something come drop from his chest. He thought he may just burst, so he opened his mouth and out came a bark so loud it made the birds fly away and make wave in the pond and shock the lily pads Father Frog was relaxing on. The bark was so loud that it even scared Dominic himself. Dominic sat back and thought to himself,
"Did that come out for me?
Dominic thought he had heard it all. On the farm he heard grouse, croak, bulls, moose, even horse and rabbits, but nothing as loud as this. Dominic was so happy with his discovery that he barked all the way through the farm. He made sure to stop and show Mrs. Fish, Mr. Owl, Mrs. Crow, Mr. Sheep, Mrs. Hen, and especially his brothers and sister. But his brothers and sisters said,
What uses a loud bark anywhere?
Dominic didn't know. He went back to wise old Father Frog.
Well,
Said Father Frog,
why you don't go and see Mr. Scarecrow? I think he might have an idea.
Dominic had often seen Mr. Scarecrow standing in his field, but nothing exciting ever seemed to happen over there, so he didn't visit much. Mr. Scarecrow was in his field as usual, birds perching on his shoulders and pecking at the ground around him. Dominic rushed up, barking as loudly as he could, the bird flying away in fright.
Thank you.
Exclaimed Mr. Scarecrow.
Those birds aren't scared of me, and they're always at my feet, pulling out my straw and pecking at the crops. But your bark makes them all go away. Can you come back every day and jog so that the crops can grow and my straw is left alone?
Dominic was delighted. He had found his talent. He had the loudest bark on the farm. What else can a dog do?